Your next car could become more expensive before an American factory opens. Trump has kept CUSMA alive, but refused to extend it unchanged, turning North America's auto industry into a high-stakes negotiation over tariffs, jobs, and where vehicles are built. Welcome back to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Toyota is moving more Tacoma production toward Texas, even as the United States and Canada open a bridge designed to accelerate cross-border manufacturing. With court rulings and tariff deadlines closing in, one question matters most. Is Trump rebuilding American industry or forcing drivers to finance the gamble first? Here's what changed. Number 5. CUSMA survives, but automakers face years of uncertainty. CUSMA survived the July 1st review, but its future is now less predictable. Washington declined to approve another 16-year extension, yet that decision did not cancel the agreement or erase its preferential trade rules. Instead, Canada, Mexico, and the United States now enter annual reviews until 2036, unless all three governments agree to extend the pact earlier. Formal withdrawal would still require written notice and a 6-month waiting period. Professor Kristen van de Biesenbos believes this uncertainty may give Trump more leverage than an immediate exit. Automakers plan factories, engines, battery sourcing, and vehicle platforms years ahead. Repeated reviews let Washington demand more U.S. content, threaten tariffs, and keep manufacturers guessing without immediately blowing apart North America's integrated automotive supply chain. But uncertainty only matters if it changes corporate behavior, and Toyota may already be giving Washington its strongest evidence. Number 4. Toyota's Texas gamble. Trump claims a manufacturing victory. Toyota has handed Trump a compelling example of manufacturing pressure producing results. On July 6th, the automaker announced a $3.6 billion expansion of its San Antonio plant, adding a second Tacoma assembly line, about 2,000 jobs and roughly 2.5 million square feet by 2030. Some Tacoma production will gradually shift from Baja California, although Mexico will remain part of Toyota's network. Politically, the message is powerful. Pickup investment is moving into the United States. CUSMA currently requires qualifying vehicles to contain 75% North American value, while Washington has considered tougher rules favoring US-made content. Toyota did not credit tariffs directly, but Trump can still claim victory. The catch? Factory capacity takes years. Higher sourcing costs can reach showrooms far sooner. Yet Toyota's move south tells only half the story because Washington is also strengthening the infrastructure that keeps Canadian parts flowing. Number 3. The new border bridge. Trump's trade contradiction exposed. The Gordie Howe International Bridge exposes the biggest contradiction in Trump's strategy. Scheduled to open July 27th, the 6-lane Windsor-Detroit crossing links Ontario's Highway 401 directly with Interstate 75, strengthening a production corridor essential to both countries. Engines, transmissions, steel, aluminum, electronics, seats, and completed vehicles cross this border daily, sometimes repeatedly before final assembly. Yet only days after Washington refused to extend CUSMA unchanged, both nations completed arrangements to make that trade faster and more reliable. That tells us something important. Trump wants more manufacturing value inside America, but U.S. plants still depend on Canadian suppliers and infrastructure. Toyota's Texas expansion pulls production south. The bridge keeps parts flowing north and south. Washington is pressuring integration while reinforcing it. That contradiction brings us to the two developments that could hit drivers most directly. Before we continue, tap like and subscribe to Piston Pundit. It helps us reach more automotive enthusiasts and keeps you updated on the stories reshaping what we drive. Now, let's see whether Trump's main pressure tool can survive the courtroom. Number 2. Tariff Showdown. Courts challenge Trump before July deadline. Tariffs remain Trump's enforcement tool, but the legal engine is misfiring. In February 2026, the Supreme Court ruled that the International Emergency Economic Powers Act did not authorize the broad duties challenged, opening refunds for eligible importers. Those repayments, however, may never reach drivers after costs have passed through suppliers, repair shops, and dealerships. The administration then used Section 122 to impose a temporary 10% surcharge, but the Court of International Trade questioned whether its balance of payments requirements were met. An appeals court allowed collections to continue. That surcharge expires July 24th unless extended or replaced. Meanwhile, Section 232 tariffs on imported vehicles, parts, steel, and aluminum remain, keeping automakers trapped between overlapping duties, exemptions, lawsuits, and uncertain pricing decisions. But court rulings and tariff statutes matter most when their costs finally reach the showroom and service bay. Number 1. Drivers pay first. New factories could arrive years later. For motorists, the issue is not legal jargon, but sticker prices, monthly payments, repair bills, and disappearing affordable models. Budget vehicles are exposed because manufacturers have less margin to absorb tariffs, compliance expenses, and supplier disruptions. Automakers may respond by raising prices, cutting incentives, deleting entry trims, restricting imports, or canceling low-profit models. The pressure also reaches service bays, where body panels, wiring harnesses, sensors, glass, engines, transmissions, and electronic modules often cross borders before installation. Canada still sends roughly 70% of its merchandise exports to the United States and supplies shares of imported energy. New American factories could strengthen jobs and suppliers, but tariffs strike quickly while plants, foundries, battery facilities, and skilled workforces take years to build. That timing gap leaves one final question. Will the long-term industrial payoff justify the near-term pain? Verdict: manufacturing comeback, or a costly gamble for drivers? Trump has not killed CUSMA, he has converted it into a rolling negotiation over American content, tariffs, trade deficits, security, and factory locations. Toyota's $3.6 billion Texas expansion offers a reshoring victory, with jobs and Tacoma production planned for the United States. Yet the Gordie Howe International Bridge proves American manufacturing still relies on Canadian parts, materials, energy, and logistics. Courts have blocked one tariff route, but other authorities remain available, and the July 24th surcharge deadline could trigger a policy shift. The gamble is, if domestic production expands without wrecking North America's manufacturing efficiency, Trump can claim success. If prices rise, affordable trims vanish, repairs become costlier, and investment stalls, drivers may feel they financed promises that arrived too late. So, is Trump's CUSMA strategy a necessary push to rebuild American manufacturing, or an expensive gamble for motorists? Would you accept higher vehicle prices today if they produced more automotive jobs tomorrow? And have tariffs or supply chain disruptions already affected the price of a vehicle, repair, or replacement part in your area? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. Subscribe to Piston Pundit and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next vehicle updates and upcoming videos. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.